Welcome to Right versus Left News, your daily briefing on the stories that matter, told from both sides of the aisle. I'm your AI host, Chris, and each day I bring you the most important political and cultural news with perspectives from conservative and progressive voices. No spin, no agenda, just the facts and the opinions that shape our national conversation. Let's dive in. Here's what we're watching today, Friday, December 26th, 2025. Overnight and through the holiday, the U.S. launched a Christmas Day strike on ISIS targets in Nigeria. The administration moved to expand social media screening for visa applicants. The White House set a January hearing for its East Wing Ballroom project. Markets rang in fresh records heading into the new year. And Jimmy Kimmel's alternative Christmas message in the UK sparked a transatlantic free speech fight. Before we jump into today's stories, a quick word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Family GPT, the AI chat platform actually designed for kids. If your children are curious about ChatGPT, but you're worried about what they might see, Family GPT gives you full parental controls, content filtering, and the ability to align responses with your family's values. Whether Christian, Muslim, Jewish, secular, and many more. Monitor every conversation, set usage limits, and let your kids explore AI safely. No ads, no data selling, complete privacy. Sign up free at familygpt.chat.
Thanks to our sponsors for supporting Right versus Left News. Now, let's get to the headlines. In Nigeria, on Christmas Day, President Trump said U.S. forces carried out powerful and deadly strikes on ISIS militants in Sokoto State in the northwest. U.S. Africa Command confirmed multiple militants were killed and said the operation was coordinated with Nigerian authorities. Officials in Abuja welcomed cooperation but stressed that extremists target both Christians and Muslims. The Pentagon released launch imagery, and War Secretary Pete Hegseth hinted there may be more operations to come. From the right, conservative outlets frame the mission as overdue resolve against ISIS and a defense of persecuted Christians. They point to earlier warnings to Nigeria's government and hear more to come as a sign of restored U.S. deterrence. Supporters say years of Islamist violence demanded a decisive response with partners. From the left, progressive coverage cautions against reducing Nigeria's complex conflict to religion. Critics say that framing can inflame sectarian narratives and blur lines between distinct armed groups. They want clarity on legal authority, targeting, and civilian risk, and more transparency about the scope and results. On social media screening, the administration has widened vetting. Many visa applicants, including all H-1B workers, are now asked to disclose 5 years of social posts, with potential expansion to some visa waiver travelers. Civil liberties groups warn this could chill speech. A federal judge has already found parts of the approach had a chilling effect, and a January hearing will consider remedies. In a related case, a judge issued a temporary injunction protecting British anti-disinformation advocate Imran Ahmed from detention while he challenges a U.S. entry ban. From the right, supporters call the screening common sense security, a way to catch terror sympathizers and foreign influence before entry. Right-leaning coverage highlights moves to require social media identifiers, along with polling that shows majority support for reviewing applicants' public posts. Some argue this reflects a post-2024 mandate to tighten screening. From the left, digital rights groups see a sweeping speech-suppressing expansion. They warn it sweeps in lawful political expression, especially pro-Palestinian advocacy, and could punish dissent by non-citizens. They point to visa revocations tied to online speech and note the court's concerns about protections for lawful residents. On the East Wing Ballroom, the White House will present plans January 8th for President Trump's 90,000 square foot addition, a project estimated at around $400 million and already the subject of lawsuits from preservationists after parts of the East Wing were demolished in October. A judge denied a temporary restraining order, but broader reviews and litigation continue. From the right, pro-administration voices call the ballroom privately funded, useful for state events, and part of sprucing up Washington ahead of America's 250th. The Justice Department argues that halting work could raise security concerns, and allies cast it as a legacy project. a vote of confidence in the Capitol's future. From the left, preservation groups and Democrats describe an opaque, rushed, oversized edition that sidesteps normal review and donor transparency. They worry key commissions were sidelined early and say the project jumped ahead of a full public process. We'll be right back with more of today's news after this brief message.
This episode is brought to you by Family GPT, the AI chat platform actually designed for kids. If your children are curious about ChatGPT, but you're worried about what they might see, Family GPT gives you full parental controls, content filtering, and the ability to align responses with your family's values. Whether Christian, Muslim, Jewish, secular, and many more. Monitor every conversation, set usage limits, and let your kids explore AI safely. No ads, no data selling, complete privacy. Sign up free at Family GPT Chat.
Thanks again to our sponsors. Now back to the news, to markets. In a holiday-shortened session Wednesday, the S&P 500 and the Dow closed at record levels. Trading resumes today with light volumes expected. Asia followed with gains. Japan's Topix hit a record, while precious metals rallied to fresh highs thanks to central bank buying and the softer dollar. From the right, market-friendly commentators tie the run to durable earnings, deregulation, and the AI investment boom. They point to big-cap tech leadership and new AI build-outs, and to hopes that Fed cuts in 2026 will extend the expansion. The bull case is simple. Policy clarity plus innovation equals momentum. From the left, skeptics caution that record stocks aren't the same as broad prosperity. They cite tariff costs, inequality, and the risk of late-cycle froth. Rate cut bets in a year-end rally can mask structural risks, so they say caution is warranted heading into 2026. And on free speech abroad, Jimmy Kimmel delivered the UK's Channel 4 alternative Christmas message, using the slot to mock President Trump and warned that tyranny is booming in America. He referenced his September suspension and return to air as a free speech miracle, drawing laughter and backlash. From the right, critics call it partisan performance, elites using a holiday platform to attack Trump and exaggerate censorship claims. Some argue the UK appearance was meant to embarrass the US abroad rather than persuade. From the left, supporters see satire with a serious point. Government pressure on media and critics deserves scrutiny, they say. Channel 4's alternative address is a tradition, and Kimmel's message, like it or not, was a defense of free expression. That's it for today's episode of Right versus Left News. Remember, understanding both sides isn't about picking a team. It's about being informed. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and join us tomorrow for another balanced look at the day's biggest stories. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.